Good morning, Flosstube. It is Friday, January 18th. This is Helen D. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel, thanks for taking the time to check it out today. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. If you've been here since the very beginning, big special thank yous. We are trying a new camera today. Well, we're trying an old camera today that hopefully won't have the glitch problems. So we'll see. I have no idea how long my time situation is. So we're just gonna bust through. I don't have a whole lot today, so this shouldn't stretch on. It's Friday morning. We are getting ready for a big storm. I know a lot of people are all up along the East Coast. I looked at the map this morning and it looks like we can expect anywhere from 1 foot to 2 feet because it'll be blowing and things, so it's kind of hard to measure, hard to snow blow too. So Saturday night is when it will start, and then all day Sunday. So Sunday will be spent cleaning out the end of the driveway where the snowplow comes, and then waiting for the snowplow to come again, and then cleaning out the end of the driveway again. Hopefully with some movies and stitching and things in between. And then Monday, of course, we're off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So hopefully it's a nice snow we can play in. It's been a really weird winter. We had early snow in Thanksgiving, and then we didn't have much at all in December. And then what we've had lately has been icy, so it hasn't been good go outside snow. I think we built one snowman. We haven't been sledding at all. So hopefully, if we're going to get 2 feet of snow, let's use it. Let's at least be able to go out and play in it. It's been a couple weeks, I think, 2 weeks. So I have a stack of some things. I have been busy. I think I mentioned in my last video that January tends to be kind of a quiet time here. So I've gotten a little more done. Not so much this week because we've had some sickness, but the week before. So I have a couple FOs to show you and a couple FFOs to show you. And seeing as I put the FFO on the top of the pile, we'll start with that. This was Heliotrope. I had to think of the name. It's Firewing Designs Heliotrope. This is Fabrics by Stephanie Seaglass. I look pale, but the green is finally showing up at the color it should be. Every time I took a picture of this, it would be all washed out. That's a Threadworks thread, and my son likes his dragons stripy, so I stitched it stripy. I could have, made it a little more subtle, but that's how he wanted it. So this is just in a regular frame. He has another one just like it in his room, so that finally is on the wall. So now the wall looks symmetrical, and I can be happy with how the wall looks. And of course, now that all his dragons are done, he'll be over dragons like next week. That's how that works. And then he'll want something different. Luckily, I really like those dragons, so if they don't end up in his room, they can go someplace else. They won't just get put away. I didn't take my things out of bags today, so I'm trying to deal with that. So the other thing that I worked on, now we have reflection from the light because I had to turn the light on to get it right. This is Prairie Schooler Santa's Night, and I worked on a couple of the ornaments for my January A Very Prairie Year Sal starts and finishes. So this is this one right here, but I left the little town off because that would have made it pretty large, and I like my ornaments a little on the smaller side, so I left the little town off. I did have to change out the green 987, it looks like. This fabric, which is just a scrap, I think it's Shadow from Picture This Plus. If I had to guess, that's what I would guess. And the green that it called for just wasn't quite showing. And then I had the tiniest, I had this size to start. So I started this one at the top, and then I had like this tiny little bit, and I'm like, well, I am not throwing that away. And my favorite part of this second one is this little reindeer reading the candy cane. So I just did the little reindeer reading the candy cane. So those are done. So that was my January, A Very Prairie Year Sal, which Misty Purcell and Barbie Pedal Pusher and I are kind of hosting. It's not like we have a Facebook group or anything, but we're using the hashtag A Very Prairie Year Sal. And the goal is to start a different prairie schooler once a month. It doesn't have to be on the 1st of the month. It could be on the 30th. They don't have to be big like mine. We're really small. Just to start a different prairie schooler. You don't need to finish it. It's just to kind of get some of these charts that we all have like going. I feel really short today, the way the camera is set up, so I need to sit up. So that was my January. I don't know yet what I'll do for February. I have a couple bigger ones that I'd like to start, but I really want to finish Button Up first before I start another big one. And Button Up, we'll pull out here in a minute, is slow going. I have 2 blocks done and I'm doing 8. So when that's done, I'll decide for February. I still have that piece of fabric left. I may do those ornaments again while everything's out and all my floss is out, so that I'm kind of got a jump start for the holidays. So my other FFO, not FFO, just finish. Last week I said, or last video, like, oh, maybe I'll have it done. And I actually did. So this is Satsuma Street, Pretty Little DC. And the colors are faded out. The fabric is a light purpley blue. It's Meditation from Picture This Plus. So this one is finished. Had all my stuff set. Like, I spent 10 minutes getting all the coloring right, and then I went upstairs to grab something and it reset itself. And is what it is. I am this pale in real life anyway, so that one is done. I'm thinking just a white frame for that. I have a lot of her other patterns for the cities that, you know, in 15 years maybe I'll have them all done. And I kind of want them to look the same. So that one won't be finished for a bit. So those were my FOs. My FFO, the dragon. I have 2 other FFOs. One I completely forgot to show you last time. And then the other is the one I was so excited about last time. So they're on the wall. So I took a little video and I will insert that here. Hi guys. I had a couple of finished pieces up here in the craft room / office that were large, so I thought instead of taking them down, since I just got them level, I would just take a quick video. This is Guardians of Notre Dame. I had this one framed. It's triple matted with circles, and I think the colors came out really well. It's really overcast today, but I think they're showing up pretty true to color. I'm thrilled to have this one, and it's between, it looks sunny because it's between the 2 windows over here down by my bowl. So that one is here, and then I'm going to turn slowly to try and not make you sick. This room's a mess. There's my Harry Potter stamps. I finally got those on the wall. I still need to get Frosted Pumpkin on the wall. That will be going. Here we go to the other side. Okay. This one is a secret stitch. I made this and I can't get it to focus great. I made this for my husband for Christmas, and I started it last January and I worked on it a little bit at a time, and I finished it right before school got out for the year, so in June. I don't have a single picture of its progress because I wanted it to stay a surprise, and I thought, I'm not very good with technology. I'm going to need his help with stuff. I don't want a picture on my phone of it anywhere. So this is from Choco Coco Stitch on Etsy. It's Legend of Zelda. It's called the Triforce of Badassery. So it's all the little Zelda symbols. You can tell really well in that picture that it's on an opal fabric. That's from Fiberlicious, and I used a Victorian motto thread, Gold Rush, I think. So those are on the wall in the office, and I get to look at them every day. So I'm really excited to have Guardians up on the wall where I can see it. So the other things I've been working on, I feel like I've touched on a lot of things over the last couple of weeks, and they're all in varying states of being done. Button Up, Prairie Schooler. Like I said, I have 2 done. I'm doing this 2 squares by 4 squares to fit in that little shelf that I had found. So I got the second one on there, which was the cardinal. And the cardinal didn't take as long because it wasn't quite as full coverage, which was nice. And then I wanted some kind of like a lacy border. It calls for just a single like backstitch border. But like Misty had mentioned, it looks a little wonky, like with the stretching and stuff, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I went for a different border. I just kind of made this one up based on some of the other patterns I have. It took a while to get it so that it would be even, like with the stitches here between each one. So I think it's going to work. Famous last words. So I need to get back on that and try and get another square or 2 done. I think, I don't remember which one I'm leaving out. And someone, and I should have written your name down, someone had a great idea. The shelf that I found to finish it in is like a drawer that will stand up. And they said, oh, well, you could finish the 9th one that you're not stitching together and kind of hang it. And they suggested this one, but I might leave this one. I kind of like that this one will be on one end and then the bird will be on the other, and there's none of the kids in that, so it kind of sets it off. But I may eventually stitch the 9th one and kind of hang it from that. So I've been plugging away on that. Get everything back together. And that is hashtag Button Up Sal. Misty and Amy Loves Toads and I started that Christmas Day, and a bunch of people have joined us, which is awesome. So we're using that hashtag on Instagram to see everyone's work. And then the other piece I've been plugging away on, which is almost done. Sorry, I just grabbed things. I didn't fully prepare. This is Heart in Hand, ABCs of Snow. This is a tall skinny. I think it will be like 2.5 inches by 10, 11. It will go on my tall white stand. So I did mine on a blue fabric because my deal with white is if I'm going to stitch white, you need to see it. So I've been working on this. This is Picture This Plus Stellar. And I had to change a couple colors because the blue of the fabric. So I had to darken this purple up. And this is a different color. But I'm almost done. I have B, F, and the cardinal. And I think the little Eskimo needs her belly filled in. So this one, honestly, I'll probably be done tonight. Tomorrow at the latest, depending on how busy I am today. So that one should be done. And then I can finish it up and get that tall stand back out. So that's what I've been working on. I have some haul and some other things to talk about, but I wanted to show this first. I think this came like the day after my last video, if not later that day. So Barbie Pedal Pusher on Instagram had asked Misty and I to do the button up, not the button up Sal, the Very Prairie Year Sal. Am I saying that right? Very Prairie Year Sal. I think so. I'll write it down. So she stitched us both up. This is from, I believe, the January pattern. And awesome idea. It's on like a little sign you could probably pick up at Walmart or Joann's or Michael's. And she glued it to the other side. So it has a cool hanger. And if someone sees the back, no big deal. You're just wishing them season's greetings. So this is adorable. I've actually kind of tucked this down in because I put it in my electrocuted bowl, which still has Cardinal Noel in it. Because I haven't stitched anything up. Coffee today. 2 feet of snow, coffee today. I battled the grocery store early so I wouldn't have to fight with anyone. It was great. I breezed right through there, except they only had one register open. So I figure the time I spent not waiting in line at the deli, I waited in line at the one line at the grocery store. But I had all the milk and all the bread I could want. I was talking to Misty and Barbie, saying, oh yeah, I gotta go to the grocery store before everyone else buys out the milk and the bread. And Barbie said, I don't know why it is. Milk, bread, and eggs are always what goes on a storm. People must just want French toast. Which then made me want French toast, which no one else in my house would eat. So I might make myself French toast. So now we'll go into some haul, which is more than it should be. My printer is almost out of ink. We have a new one up there, but I haven't put it in yet. So this, first of all, is black and white and not showing the beautiful colors. But not only is it black and white, it's streaky black and white. So this is Misty's new pattern, Luminous Fiber Arts. It's called Snow Many Friends. See right through it. This is what I would like to do for my bowl for wintertime. It'll be a little late pushing it this year. And it's black and white and kind of boring there. But she dyed this awesome fabric for it. She called this Indigo. It's really, really pretty. So the colors will look really nice. The white will show up great. So that's going with Snow Many Friends. I'm excited for that. And because Misty had a fabric update, you don't mess around. You don't want to miss out. At least I don't want to miss out. So I picked up a piece of macchiato, which is a nice caramelly, similar to like a legacy from Picture This Plus. It's really pretty. And then this one is my favorite. This, I believe, is what she's doing her button up on. And I'm sure the lighting is not going to look nice on it. It's called Snow Day. Oh yeah, that's not showing up at all. It's this gorgeous wintry gray and blue. Really, really pretty. It's just dark enough that white will show up great. You can see the blues and the greens. I have an idea for something to go on that, so I'm excited. That's really pretty. So I got that from Misty. She had an update a couple weeks ago. I know she's working on a Valentine's design. I don't typically stitch a lot of Valentine's things because they're not out very long, but I may have to make an exception. So I got those. In looking at all of the different prairie schoolers and thinking about what I want to stitch this year, I picked up October. I really like this section. Not so much the words, not so much the pheasants, just this middle section. And I adore all of these. So I thought for the July chart, I kind of did the same thing, or I started it and I'll finish it this year. I stitched just the middle section and it came out to a good size to fill up that bowl. And then I thought I'd do that with this one and stitch some of these to kind of go with it. So that's the plan for October. And then the other one I saw, and this is still available in a cardstock. So a lot of different shops still had this one. This is a reprint, so you can get it. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. This is Prairie Seasons. These will be smaller. On a 14 or a 28, they're 6.5 by 5 1/4. So I really like these. I really like the autumn in particular, but I like all of these. And there's a little smaller. So I'll work on those. The tall stand that I'm planning on putting ABCs of Snow on, I didn't have anything for spring, and I had a chart that I planned on for spring, but then when I looked at it again, it is way too small. So I looked around and I went with this one, which the picture is kind of fuzzy too. So it's called Ladybugs and Bumblebees. It's Country Cottage. It says, the ladybugs and bumblebees do while away the hours by traveling through garden leaves and dancing in the flowers. So this will fit perfect. I may need to leave the bottom and top lines off in order to get it on my stand. So that will be stitched for spring. Hold on. Now that I have two phones, I gotta contain things. But I took that pause to take some things out of their packs. So Country Cottage, Ladybugs and Bumblebees. The next two are Mama Joan's fault, because I watched her video with Joan and Kelly's show last weekend. It was fairly recent. And she brought a bunch of her old Bent Creeks that she had done. And you guys know I love Bent Creek, and I've been eyeballing these forever. But then to see hers all stitched up, I started looking around, and then they popped up on stash unload. So I said, yes, please. And they showed up yesterday. So I got Autumn Snapperland, and I don't have the full picture, so they all go together. And then, not that you guys can see this on the back, tiny picture, but they have a border that is available right on their website. So I got Autumn and Winter. So that's Autumn. And then Winter. The spring one doesn't do much for me. These don't show a picture of it all together on the back, but the summer one is super cute, so I will keep my eyes open for that one. I don't know when I'm going to get to them. So that's what's kind of came in. Plans. I'm going to finish the ABCs of Winter, like I said, tonight or tomorrow, and then work on Button Up and figure out what else to start. I might start one of the rows. I probably should start with the spring Bent Creek row, because that one it would be finished in time. Naturally, that's the one I'm not quite certain on the fabric yet, so that might not work. I also finally cut out fabric for Lizzie Kate Tingles and Santa's Village, so I could start one of those. Or I could do more Prairie Schooler ornaments, so we'll see. Now the cat's down here meowing. The other one's still sitting on my puzzle. We finished that puzzle. There were 6 pieces missing. I don't think it was the cat. I think it's because it came from Goodwill. Who knows? Next time I clean out under the stove, if there's 6 puzzle pieces down there, we'll know. So I had a couple, I had some shout outs today because I've been watching some new Flosstubers, and I actually remembered to write them down, which I know is crazy. Some of these are brand new. Some of these are just new to me. Beginning of the year, a lot of new people decided to try and make videos, and it's been great. I've found a lot of people I really enjoy. So the 2 that are brand new, Christy, Java Girl Stitches. I've been following her on Instagram for a while. She does great finishes. So she just filmed her first video, showed off a bunch of her stuff. So check her out. She has a lot of projects. All these people have projects that I like. A lot of us have similar tastes, which is great. So Christy, Java Girl Stitches, and then Olivia, who is Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She also has some really awesome finishes that I've seen on Instagram, and it was nice to see her stuff as well. So those guys are both brand new. And then the others that I've watched that are not brand new, but are new to me, Misty had recommended Steel City Stitchers, so I checked them out. There's 4 of them, and I didn't catch all their names. It's really cool with 4. Like their first one was a little long, but there's 4 people showing their stuff, so it took me a while to get through it. But if someone's stitching something you're not really into, the next person might be stitching something you have or you've done. So that was really nice. They were fun. I watched them. This Nana Stitches, I believe she pronounces it Tamara, which is hard for me because I have a friend named Tamara, so I'm sure I'll get that wrong. Her stuff, she has a lot of projects, again, that are very similar to what I like to stitch. And then Daleen at So Grateful, SEW Grateful. She's just a hoot. So she's a few videos in. So I'll put links to all of them down below if you want to try out someone new if you have a chance. I love seeing, I remember how nervous I was when I made my first video. I'm still kind of nervous when I make videos. So it's really great to see people say, you know, oh, I'm going to try it. So keep them up, keep them coming. So I hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to every last one of you, especially the ones that tune in every video and leave comments, and I've gotten to know a little bit. That's been fun. It's also been a little over a year since I made my first video, so I am overdue for a giveaway. So here's what I thought I would do. Two giveaways. Got a thread on one of these I gotta trim. I have been going through my fabric stash to try and clean out a little. So I've been making project bags that I'm planning on taking to sell at the Massachusetts Frugal Yankee retreat at the end of March. Lynette said, hey, if you sell stuff, bring it. And I've been making bags a long time, and I finally feel like I've reached the point where I could actually ask someone to pay for them. Where I'm comfortable asking for someone to pay for them. So I brought down a few that I have done that I'm going to show you. And then my plan was, it'll be another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but when I make my next video, I will choose 2 winners, and I will email those people a picture of all the bags that I have made up at that point, and you can choose which one you'd like. So I'm just going to show you briefly what I have. The majority of them are upstairs in some manner of put together. So, and a lot of these, like this one, I only have one of these because that's all I had for fabric. So I have one Alice. I have a couple Panda Bears. And they're all a little different because, like I said, I'm trying to use up some trims, and I'm sure the inside fabric is different. I have this one, which was more of a quilted. I have a couple woodland. I have this other Christmas one. And I have this one, which I made one of these for Donna for Christmas because she's doing Frosted Pumpkins Woodland Christmas this year. So I made one for her. I tried something new on this one. Like a lot of them, you know, I sew at the top. This one I put the extra stuff on the bottom. I did a little fanciness down there. So I made 3 of these. One for Donna, kept one for myself, and I have one left over. I really like the inside fabric on this one. I think it matches. So that's what I'm planning on. I have some more upstairs that are more springy designs. They're ready for zippers. I think I have 10 ready to go for zippers. I have some more like snuggle flannel fabric ones that need the liners cut out. So I'll have quite a few. I don't know if they'll be done by my next video, but if you're interested, the question, like the normal stuff, don't say giveaway, be a subscriber, be over 18 so that you can legally give me your address. For my future bag making, I would like to know what size Q-snap or hoop do you like to use so that I kind of know how big people like their bags. I like a big bag because I stitch on an 11 by 11 and I want to make sure it fits in there with all my stuffs. So the majority of these, I think I cut them out starting 15 by 15 and then they end up like 14 by 14. So that's my standard size, but I know some people might like a smaller bag or different size, or they use an 8.5 by 11 and then it's too floppy. So let me know what size Q-snaps you use if you're interested in the giveaways. And I might tuck some other goodies in there. So like I said, we'll pick 2 winners the next time I make a video, which will probably be in a couple, usually it's 2 weeks, sometimes 3 if I'm busy or I don't have a lot to show, but I've had a lot to show. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in today. If you're in the path of the storm, I hope that there's no major damage. Hopefully, if we're getting that much snow, at least it's drawn out over the day so that you can kind of keep up with the cleanup. Because that stuff's heavy. The plow comes through and piles it all up at the bottom of the driveway, and then you've got to shovel out 4 feet of packed snow. That's no fun at all. So stay warm, enjoy your French toast, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.